Great. In actual fact, we've been very busy on various things. Some of it risk oscillated. If it's not risk oscillated, it's basically been either Raspberry Pi related. But nearly all our business is still risk oscillated stuff. A lot of it is we're dealing with those people that have got legacy systems that want to keep running, and the people that do not come along to exhibitions and haven't been to an exhibition for donkey's years, but they have a RISC PC and it's stopped working and they need to sort it, or their mouse has stopped working, or their printer has stopped working. So we are in contact with a much wider range of RISC-OS users than those that come along to exhibitions or read the news groups or contribute to the RISC forum. So it's quite interesting when sometimes some of the things we see on the forum when people don't understand why people don't upgrade to the very latest version, the beta, the nightly build of RISC-OS because it fixes a problem. A lot of the people we're using are running pre-RISC-OS pre-RISC-OS 4. But for a variety of reasons, they just want to carry on the same software to run the same job, and unfortunately they're not like to upgrade and buy our nice new system. But anyway, so in fact, thinking of the legacy side of it, a serial 3-button mouse might not sound anything significant to most of you here, but for some of them it's going to be a life save because basically, as you know, the special mice as used on Archimedes through to the RISC-PC, they haven't made those for 10 years. Very, very occasionally unused ones do appear. People bought them as a spare and reacquire, but they haven't been used. And the thing is, so it's either second-hand ones refurbished or the PS2 Mouse Mini or Castle produced the PS2 Pipe, which allows you to connect a PS2 mouse to the quadrature interface of the RISC-PC. But one of the problems is the PS2 Pipe, all the stocks of those have now been sold, and Castle don't even know if they've got the software that would allow us to do another production batch for it because it requires programming a microcontroller, and they don't. John Balance says it. Well, last time he remembers it was on the computer before the computer he now uses. So he's not sure if he has that data. We're looking at that, and then we looked at, of course, the Stuart Tyrrell PS2 mini mouse, but unfortunately. Stocks of those, we have I think 3 left, so they're going for very silly money, and we haven't been able to get any more out of them for nearly a year now, and haven't even actually been able to get a reply in 9 months from them, so I don't know whether we'll ever do that. But what we have managed to do is source some serial mice. They're brand new, and they a RISC-OS 3.5 on later machine. You just plug them in, one star command to configure them, and you're back up and running. We have actually recently been made aware of someone doing an open source interface that allows us to actually use USB mice. Now, if that ever matures, I don't know how far that project is at the moment, because originally it was to allow a USB mouse to be used on a BBC micro, connecting up to the user port. As people may remember, the original AMX mouse plugged into the 20-pin user port of the BBC. So we're going to be investigating that. So we're hoping to keep people running who've got the older machines. So that's what we're doing there. One other thing that, now this might not sound of particular interest, but we've got a 2-port and a 4-port VGA KVM here. Now you might not think, well, nowadays I'm using a Raspberry Pi and an ARM Mini system-based system, or a Panda-based system, or an iGame or Titanium. Why would I need those? In actual fact, this is the cheapest way to buy a USB device sharer. So basically with this, you can plug in 3 USB devices and press the button and you swap between two computers, so keyboard, mouse, and printer maybe if you've got them locally. And so this is cheaper than we found than just a dedicated USB switch, which sounds silly, but they're over £30, whereas this we can do for less. And we do a 2-computer or a 4-computer version of that. We also have at a reasonable price a 4-computer KVM, but one that is HDMI DVI USB in audio. Right, it's not the cheap price of those, it is £99, but a KVM that does that does HDMI is quite rare. You buy KVMs that do DVI, but not many of them do HDMI. Oh, sorry. It's KVM switch. Basically, KVM's a keyboard, video, and monitor. So it's you want to keep the same monitor, keyboard, and mouse on multiple computers. And before, none of them offered HDMI. Certainly not. Well, they were available, but they were like, I think a 2-port one was 200 and a 4-port was over 250, which is silly money. We have that available. Well, the rest of you, I don't know whether you know, but basically we do now, is we launched it at the London show, and that was an update to Photodesk. The update to Photodesk was quite significant because it provided support now to run it on the latest Raspberry Pi, on the iGet-based systems and on the titanium-based systems, and it provided improved support for the Pi 2, the Panda, and the ARMX6, and also ZPP, zero-page protection support. So a number of significant updates there, and upgrades are available in the usual manner. We have been trying for years now to get an update to TableMate done. So yeah, we will send the sources to it. Unfortunately, once we got the sources, we realised they weren't complete. Basically, try and confirm. Well, see if I can get through to it. Get through to it to confirm what this missing part actually really does, because it's all to do with image conversion. And I'm just hoping that it means that it allows you to import certain things, then it converts it internally and uses it. Therefore, if we 32 the rest of it, we maybe just say, right, you can't import PNGs, you can't import GIFs, you'll have to convert them outside of the application and then just import it, and then we'll be able to 32-bit it. The only thing is, this so far has taken no programming time, but many, many hours of my time in a variety of ways to try and get this done. But we're still working on it. We are. Please hold on. But of course the thing is, time is effectively money, and we need to be selling systems to be able to afford to do these developments. But we'll get there. So, the other thing that is totally new today is the launch of our graphics tablet. It should run on anything from the Beagle board, so ARM Mini, ARM Mini X, Panda board, Raspberry Pi, all versions of Raspberry Pi, the iGet-based systems, Pido IG, and the titanium-based systems, the Pido TI, and it's basically it's USB graphics tablet with pressure sensitivity, 1024 levels. It utilises the same software interface as the Paint Pal used to use, which was quite a common graphics tablet that people use, and so it just works on the in conjunction with Photodesk without any changes to Photodesk at all. You just plug it in and it works. And we're demonstrating it on the stand and have it in stock to buy on the stand. We did manage to spot one problem that we're not quite sure why. Basically, the adjust button caused Photodesk to crash, so it's been disabled at the moment. So we will be looking at getting an update done on Photodesk sometime for that, but it's not an essential option, but it'd be nice to have some. That almost certainly will happen sometime soon, but we don't know quite when. So we're then basically onto the new systems, and of course we sell the latest two systems, the latest fastest RISC systems. We sell both variants of it, so that's the titanium-based systems, Pido TI, and the iGetner systems, Pido IG. So they both use the next generation CPU after the CPU that's in things like the RISC and the Panda board. They use the later generation system chip, the Cortex A15 rather than Cortex A9, and they are considerably faster than anything else, massively faster than RISC-PC, a lot faster than Ionics and the ARMIC systems. Now, the next thing is to choose between the two of them. I'll backtrack slightly. The ARMIC 6-based systems, there are two criteria where they may be the best one to buy. We're quite willing to admit that our Rivals Perks does have some benefit. Basically, it offers greater compatibility, things like the LTRGB mode, although that is largely a historical point now that Photodesk artworks are compatible with the latest systems, the latest modes, that most things are now up to date on that. The other thing is the slightly more compatibility, because it uses the earlier generation, slower Cortex A9 chip. There are a few bits of software that are compatible with that which aren't with the later, but seeing that everything from now on is almost certainly going to be A15, the latest Raspberry Pi is even later than that, so compatibility is, of anything that's ongoing, should be good for the later systems. The other thing that the iMac 6-based systems do offer is one very large monitor. If the later systems will do like 2048, well, theoretically by 2048, I have actually found out there's one company that does do a monitor like that, 2048 by 2048. It is nearly £1,000. I am hoping maybe sometime to see if I can get one on loan for demonstration. Maybe at I know the to take to the Wakefield show, but we're not 100% sure that it'll accommodate the refresh rate needed. But that would be interesting to see if that does. But so in practical purposes, 2048 by 1440 is the maximum you can get on the Pido on a single display, or on a titanium on a single display. It has a double display option, which I'll come back to. But the one thing is the ARMIC systems do offer a single larger monitor. 2560 by 1440 is quite a common one, but will do even larger than that on some monitors. But no, if you're wanting the latest system and speed and that, the Pido-based systems have that. The one thing is, the Pido IG at 720, I think, is very, very good value for money, and the best value for money of all our systems. But the titanium at 899 is £180 more expensive. You get for that, well, we include a slightly larger SSD drive, but you can upgrade that if you wish. But the main thing is, for most people, is going to be the fact that you can have two monitors. If you want to have two monitors, then the titanium's the system, the only system really that's going to offers that option for you. It does have a few extra things, like it has an option of running PCI cards, but no one in RISC world needs a PCI card. Well, the only card that's supported is a parallel one, and you can buy a USB to parallel adapter for less, for half, or a quarter of the price you can buy the card that goes inside it. So to do the same job, it does have two network interfaces, but RISC only supports one, so that's a fairly moot point. It is a slightly faster network interface, but to be honest, its RISC software is where the bottleneck is. There's a very significant bottleneck in RISC that stops any of the hardware from, I think, the Beagle board onwards. Well, no, even sorry, from the Ionics onwards. The Ionics hardware, Ethernet hardware, was capable under other operating systems of running faster than RISC by quite a bit. So hopefully at some time, either that software issue will be being addressed, and there will be advantages, updates of speed for pretty well all machines from about the Beagle board, I expect. Well, certainly would happen for the latest systems. It's probably going to be backward compatible. The advantages of that we anticipate. So, so the titanium-based system, if you want two screens, that's the one to go for. Apart from that, I think save your money and buy a Rapido ink. We try and have everything in stock, as everyone knows, but some of the things we do get low of, like actually network cards we're running a bit low on, so if anyone has any old Acorn kit, we are interested in a lot of it. We'll try and find good homes for it. Some we even pay you cash for. Any questions?
Does this tablet support uprights?
Right. You can use it with artworks, but the pressure sensitivity, because it basically replaces the mouse. If you, so you can use it just like you would a mouse. So the one thing that would be nice, is there used to be a driver for a very serial port Wacom tablet many years ago that offered pressure sensitivity. ESOX driver.
No.
Right, that's quite an amazing bit of software because it converts it to. If you actually do that and then want to edit that, well, it's almost impossible to edit really because it's lots and lots of lines, filled lines, basically. But I believe, now tracked down a way of contacting the chap who ran ESOX, and I am going to approach him. I just haven't had the time to do that, but I've recently found, so I managed to find someone else who used to work for ESOX who said, oh no, here is his details. So I've now got that, so we are going to look at doing that. I think that's about it then. Thank you. If anyone any other questions? Thank you for your time, and hope to see you on the stand. Fine stuff.